Hi, and today I want to talk about a Forex robot portfolio which has returned 12,000% in 7 months. So that's more than 12-fold your money in 7 months, and this is starting from January 2020, which is this year, to the end of June. So 7 months, 7 months, and the amazing thing is you can get this all free now. And it is all public domain. It doesn't cost you anything. In fact, the difference with this video is that we actually are talking about a portfolio of trading robots, which is all of the trading robots which we've been looking at in the past videos. So this is for MetaTrader 4, and as I just mentioned, it's using a combination of the trading robots which we have previously tested on our YouTube channel. If you have been following, we've done a whole series of back tests and trading systems with my set files, all from quivofx.com. And simply what we're doing is we're combining them to create a portfolio. And as you can see, it's a very successful portfolio, generating 12-fold, more than 12-fold on your initial investment. Okay, so for the format of this video, from here, I want to talk about the brokers and VPS. And then following on from that, we'll go into more detail with regards to the backtests. And after that, we will talk about the install and configuration of this robot portfolio. Okay, brokers and VPS. So if you have been following my previous videos, I know I have harped on about this, but not all brokers are created equally. Even though they share the same MetaTrader 4 platform for many of them, there are thousands of brokers which do use the MetaTrader 4 software, but their backends and the way they work is quite different. For me personally, for live accounts and real money, I tend to only use the best quality brokers which are regulated. I just don't want any dodgy goings-on with my money, so I do use a regulated broker. And the other thing which I think is important if you are looking to do this is using a VPS. So VPS is a virtual private server, which is essentially a computer, a Windows computer, which sits on the internet, and all the machine does is trade the system. So you'll load your broker software on it and your trading robot, and it'll just run. The good thing about this is that it sits in a data center near the broker. Certainly if you're using a decent VPS provider and you keep this computer just solely trading, so it's not doing anything else. You can't interfere with your trading, and it's just running 24/7 and optimized for trading. So that's why I recommend a VPS. If you're looking for my recommended broker or VPS, it is provided in the description box below. And before we take a deep dive into the back tests, essentially we started with a 10K account from January 2020, and with the combination of the trading robots, it returns 131K. So that is amazing. It is a 12,000% or more than a 12,000% return in just 7 months. So it's 12-fold the money. So now with MetaTrader 4, if you are a user of MetaTrader 4, you'll find that it is good at doing backtests for individual trading systems. But if you wanted to see what a portfolio of trading robots would do on your account, you can't actually do this on MetaTrader 4. You need to use some third-party software. So we are using a third-party software called Quant Analyzer, and you can download this from the link as you can see on the screen. I am using the pro version, which is paid for. There is a free version. I've never used the free version, so I can't say whether you could get the same results with the free one, but certainly what you do is you use Quant Analyzer and you combine the back tests to see what a consolidated portfolio would look like. So we're going to cut into that video where I show you Quant Analyzer and how it works with combining the back test into one. Okay, so this is Quant Analyzer 4 Pro. So this is the Pro version that I've got. There is a free version, but I've never used that, and I believe it is limited. If you are looking to combine strategies from Strategy Tester in MetaTrader, I thoroughly recommend this tool. Certainly in MetaTrader 4, you can't combine strategies like this, backtest like this. So it's not possible to see how a portfolio will perform. So essentially what I have done here is I have loaded, so I've gone to load report and I've loaded the reports for the various, so reports as in the backtests for the previous trading robots which are on the YouTube channel. So each of these I've loaded into the system. You can look at each one individually. If you just double click, it will show you, sort of the summary of how it's done. And I've done the back test for between January and June, so 6 months. You see a list of trades, you see the equity chart, some analysis as to when, how it's performing hour by hour, how many losses versus wins, etc. And some other bits and pieces which you can have a play with. But what I want to show you is how to combine all these together. So if you've been following the channel, you'll see that I've been looking at, and you can get all these free with my configuration files or set files. So MACD1, RSI, Trading Robot, Ichimoku, the CCI strategy, Super Trend. And what you do is you select the whole lot and you create a portfolio. And what that does is it combines it all together. So if it was sitting in one account, you can see the net profit here. 131k. So this is from a 10k initial starting pot in January, and you see January it's made 2,300, 15 grand there, 46 grand in March, 30 grand there. May just under 4 grand. It lost 4 grand in June, but in July, considering it's just the start of July, it's made $1,000. In total, that's 131, which is more than a 1,200% increase on the amount. And what you can do is you can, as I mentioned before, look at list of trades, and this is the bit that's interesting, the equity chart. So if you click here, and then you go to the portfolio only. So this is what it's done. So it starts off. This is profit, so you've got 10k in the account. It doesn't count that in here, so you see it just goes up and up and up, and it does peak here at 180, but then takes a drawdown to 130 or so. So it did lose 50k, but after a massive run up. And what you can also do here is you look at the sub equities only. You can see which ones produce the gains and what the equity curves look like for the other algos once you put them all into one chart. You see the super trend one, that's the green one, that's the one that's the most aggressive, is shot up, and it's also took the biggest drawdown. We go through these. The yellow one I think that's the dark orange one, so that's the CCI one here, and then the light yellow is the Ichimoku. And you got the other two here. And what happens is once you combine them, this is what it does. And if you go to the overview, you can have a look here. In total, it's done 766 trades, profit factor 1.55. It's got a 44.5% winning percentage. So in terms of winning trades to losses, drawdown as a whole 8.21%, which is pretty good considering the return. What else is of significance? Almost 14,000 pips is made, and then you can have a look at some of the other stats here. And it's pretty, by combining trading robots, you can not only de-risk but diversify your portfolio. So if you select actually what I've done is I have selected a few, like the euro dollar, for example, 2 euro dollar ones. You can completely diversify if you select different pairs which which are different, or if you select ones which are completely different, so there is no what's the word, if they're not related, for example GBP and euro dollar, they can move in similar ways, but we are using different time frames as well for these trading robots, which it does give it an element of more further diversification. So by doing that, it just helps balance out your trading, especially if you've got a whole load of winning trading robots which you can use. By combining them, you just get so much more power. It's like you're compounding the returns for each of these trading systems, to get a better result. So that, I mean, to be honest, that is how I run my portfolios. I use a combination of different ones. Obviously not obviously trading robots won't last forever. They won't be profitable forever. So if you've got a bunch of different systems in there, if one starts to fail, the others will keep portfolio positive, whilst you work out what's going wrong, or even have to perhaps swap it out with something that is profitable. Yeah, so that is what I want to say about Quant Analyzer. It's fantastic if you're looking to combine portfolios. Certainly, you can select, if you find different systems, stick them in here. You don't have to select the whole lot for portfolio. You can select literally, if you like this one and this one, these three, for example, or just say we like this one, but you don't want the CCI. You want to have a different Forex pair in a portfolio. Then you can just go create a portfolio, and then there's this one. You can have a look at the stats to see whether these stats suit your parameters for trading. Yes, and so in summary, which I've mentioned countless times, we took a 10k to 131k in 7 months in the back test, and it combines the trading robots which we looked at on YouTube already. So that's the MACD robots, the RSI robot, the Ichimoku robot, the CCI robot, and the Supertrend robot. Okay, now the install, download, and configure section. So if you go to the link where it says download from, you can get all of the three trading robots on the one link. You download them all, and if you want more details of each one, just go back to the previous screen where I've listed the robots which we've used. Look up those videos. I'll include the links to those videos in the YouTube description as well. And then for each one, you need to download the configuration file, which is in the link. So the link will require your email address. Once you put that through, you get an email, and the email will include the link to all of the set files or the configuration files which you'll need to configure each of the trading robots. Now, to get this working on your portfolio, essentially this means that you install all of the trading robots on separate charts on your one account. And finally, thank you for watching. I do appreciate this video is slightly different and you may require some additional help with this. If you have any questions or queries, please do send them in the comments box under the video, and I will use that to respond to you. So if you need anything, just let me know. If you get value from these videos, please like and subscribe. That will really help this channel out and keep me going. But until then, see you next time.